Yes, Arctic foxes are cute, but they are also fierce predators that have to survive in an extreme habitat. What hunting skills do they use, and how do they live in such intense temperatures? Find out all this and more today on Laughback. The Shockinate is here. Come with me if you want to
Dad, check this out. I found what I want for a new pet. It's not a Pokemon, it's an Arctic fox.
Yeah, buddy, they're really cute animals, but I don't know if having one live with us is such a great idea.
I mean, we have Manny, but mongooses are used to the climate we live in.
Yep, the Arctic fox would definitely be out of its element here, especially in the summer. See, the Arctic fox is found in places like the Arctic tundra, Alaska, Canada, Greenland, Scandinavia, Russia, and Iceland. Pretty much the coldest places on Earth. And for every place they live, they seem to have a different nickname. But the three that are my favorite are known as the polar fox, the snow fox, and the white fox.
And the reason for that is because of their very white fur,
which is white to match their snowy surroundings. See, the Arctic fox loves to live in the snow. And speaking of living,
yes, I believe you've got my attention.
They can live up to 3 to 6 years in the wild. But they can live even longer when in captivity, which is up to 15 years.
15 years? That's it. I'm becoming a house fox.
And the best places to do the job right are zoos, which can provide the white fox with everything it needs to live a long and happy life. Like, for instance, keeping it extremely cold. Now, how much cold can an Arctic fox withstand, and what else do they need to survive? To help Kyra decide whether or not to get an Arctic fox as a pet, let's take a closer look at these little snowy angels
with some feature facts.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Featured facts.
Size. Although Arctic foxes are related to other foxes, dogs, and wolves because they are part of the canid family, they are also the sole land mammals that are native to Iceland.
Well, hello, I'm the native fox to Iceland. Welcome. If you need anything, let me know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to my nap.
Not only that, but the Arctic fox is also the smallest wild canid of Canada. Fully grown snow foxes weigh anywhere from 6 to a whole 10 pounds.
Oh, that's where my kettlebell went. Worth it.
Their length only averages about 43 inches. That's including their tail, which is around 15 inches long. Their tiny little legs and their body, mixed with their small ears and their very fluffy fur, give them the appearance of a very stocky build, compared to their larger relative, the red fox. But as we're about to find out, just because they're small doesn't mean they don't need a lot of room. Much like the gray wolf we talked about in a previous episode, Arctic foxes like to use dens that are centuries old, that have been passed on from generation to generation. More often than not, these tunnel systems are very, very large, covering up to 1,000 square miles, and having 150 different entrances. Talk about planning your escape route. Usually these tunnels are found underground, but if they need to make a quick escape to safety out of a blizzard, the Arctic fox isn't against burrowing into the snow for a quick hideaway.
Warm.
It's cold.
Right you are, little buddy. Oh, hey there. Professor Glasses here with my good pal Manny. We're trying to figure out who would last longer in the cold between the mongoose and a professor. We turn the AC up so the temperature goes down to a freezing 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And seeing how mongooses are used to warmer temperatures, I'm betting I'm gonna win.
Bring it on, Professor.
But you know who would have this contest in the bag? The Arctic fox. Oh, they're one of the few mammals in the world that can withstand the coldest of temperatures. Let me show you something. If you haven't noticed before, the Arctic fox is covered in fur. And this ain't no ordinary fluff.
No.
Arctic foxes have multi-layered fur, which provides excellent insulation against the cold. The outer layer covering the Arctic fox's body is thick.
Who you calling thick over here?
And consists of oily guard hair. Oh, yeah. The oil keeps moisture away from the body, while the underfur acts as an insulator to keep the animal warm. Even their tail has these layers and can be used in a cool, or should I say, hot way. Their thick, bushy tails are not only used for balance when running around, but work as a warm cover in cold weather when they wrap it around themselves like a nice blanky-wanky. Out of all the animals found in the Arctic fox has the warmest pelt that can resist temperatures as low as minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 14 degrees for you Celsius lovers out there. They are definitely designed for the colder temperatures and can get heat exhaustion very, very easily if not prepared for warmer climates.
But in colder temperatures, I'm as snug as a fox on some rocks.
Oh, so there you go. If you ever find yourself in some freezing climates, you best make friends with a good Arctic fox and maybe get him and his buddies to doggy pile on top of you to keep you warm. At least that's what I would do. Oh, if I could speak fox.
You know what? I'm done. You want to get some hot cocoa with me?
Oh, right behind you, little buddy. Save a cup for me.
I tricked him. I win.
Manny!
I still win.
Hunting.
Arctic foxes are both hunters and scavengers, and they will feed on rodents, voles, hares, birds, fish, eggs, berries, seaweed, and even carcasses left by larger predator like polar bear.
Anyone touch my popcorn, and they're losing a paw.
But one of their favorite foods to eat are lemmings. If you've watched several of our previous episodes, then you know that between the snowy owl and now the Arctic fox, these poor lemmings are constantly on the run. In order to get one of these little lemmings, the Arctic fox has to break through a thick layer of snow to grab one of them. Not to worry, the Arctic fox has a solution to this problem. After hearing one of these tiny little creatures scurrying underneath the snow, the fox will jump high into the air and dive bomb head first, breaking through that layer to the prey underneath. The Arctic fox can also run up to 30 miles per hour. So hopefully for a lot of those lemmings, they can run a little faster.
You'll never catch me alive!
It's joke time.
I've got jokes. Joke number 1. What do you get when you cross a fox and a chicken? Just the fox. Get it because the fox eats the chicken? Joke number 2. Why don't many people go to Arctic graveyards? Because it's chilling.
Metabolism.
The Arctic fox is active all year round, and they don't hibernate.
That's not to say I don't want to hibernate. I've just got things to do.
So instead, they build up fat reserves in the autumn, sometimes increasing body weight up to 50% or more.
Oh my, this bag of Oreos should do the trick.
This works as a great insulator and a source of energy during the cold winter months when food is scarce. The Arctic fox can reduce its metabolic rate by half when food is not available, so as to burn through their fat reserves a little slower. But if the outside temperature gets too cold for even the Arctic fox's thick fur,
Hey, this fluff isn't my fault. I just came out of the dryer.
they can increase their metabolism to provide warmth for themselves.
Flame on!
Between their fast-burning metabolism and their very thick fur, they can keep their body at a steady 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ah, toasty.
Color.
Hey dudes and dudettes, Captain Awesome here, and I'm about to throw you into the deep end of the pool we call knowledge. So I hope you brought your floaties. See, the Arctic fox is the only canine that changes the color of its fur depending on what season it's in. Dude, also it can blend in with the environment around it. That little fox bro knows how to dress to impress.
Don't look at me, for I am still changing.
The reason for this wardrobe change is to make it harder for those predators to spot them. The Arctic fox's fur will turn white during the winter months, so, it looks a lot like snow. Then it'll switch to colors like brown or gray during the summer months.
I said don't look at me!
This is all to help them hide in the rocks and plants they're surrounded by. Pretty clever, little canine dude.
Now you can look at me, for I am beautiful.
Senses.
Arctic foxes have heavily pigmented eyes that protect them from the reflection of glaring sunlight off of the snow and the ice. And their vision needs all the help it can get because Arctic fox's eyesight is pretty poor.
My eyesight may be bad, but my sense of taste is perfect. Uh-oh, my tongue is stuck.
But to make up for this, they have an excellent sense of both smell and hearing. Their tiny little ears can pick up the sound of their prey moving under 4 to 5 inches of thick snow. And as for their sense of smell, Arctic foxes can detect the scent of a carcass from over 25 miles away.
Thought I smelled a dead animal over here, but apparently it was just your feet. Whew.
Family.
Arctic foxes are often solo travelers. That being said, they are also monogamous animals, which means they mate for life. That's right, one male and female will dedicate their lives to each other and build a life and family together. So sweet. Now, depending on food availability, females will usually have anywhere from 5 to 10 puppies, or kits as they're called. But in areas where the food is abundantly available, they can have as many as 25 offspring. Now, if you're sitting there and you're thinking that 25 newborn baby kits is a lot, not to worry, all you moms out there. Oftentimes, another female without her own kits will come and help raise kits that are in part of their group.
Did anyone call for a nanny?
Crazy. Crazy.
It's time for something crazy!
Here's something crazy for you. The Arctic foxes are usually hunted by polar bears, but surprisingly in Canada, there was a recorded case where both had a strong friendship. Not only did they play together, but the giant bear often would share its food with his little friend. But here's something even crazier. Animals like wolves and polar bears aren't the only things hunting these white pups. One of the biggest dangers to the Arctic fox right now is surprisingly the large red fox. Even though they're related, the bigger red fox will hunt and even eat the smaller Arctic fox, all because their territories have started to overlap. Talk about family drama. I love you, sister.
And that is our creature feature. So, buddy, what did you think? You still want an Arctic fox as a pet?
As cute as they are, I really don't want them getting sick in our warmer temperatures. And also, we don't want them digging a bunch of tunnels in our backyard.
Well, I still think we should get one.
Oh yeah? What if a polar bear comes sniffing around looking for a fox? You know, I do hear that polar bear also like the taste of mongoose.
Never mind. I'm good.
Well, that is the show. A big thanks goes out to Xander from North Carolina for suggesting these awesome winter survivors.
Thanks, Xander! If you like the show, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode.
And by all means, go ahead and share this show on places like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so you start spreading the word.
And finally, we'll see you next time on Laugh Pod. Next time on Laugh Pod.
They are also monogamous. Monogamous.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that they play together.
Not only did they play together.
Not only that they did play together. They did. What was it?
That being said, they are often monogamous.
That's good. We got that shot. Okay. Sweet. I think we got that shot.
We got the Arctic fox.
That being said, they are also monogamous. And I can't get this word out of my mouth.
Untie your tongue really fast. Okay. That was a good nod in that one. Okay.
That being said, they are also monogamous animals. Yeah, got it. Now I messed it up because I gotta say it again because I recorded myself freaking out because I got it. Okay.